remember seeing this jacket in one of my previous videos. Last time I repaired the pockets because someone tried to steal my mother's purse, but in today's video I will show you how I will replace one of the snap enclosures. As you can see, the fabric around the socket is torn, which will make the repair a bit hard to make, but it's never impossible. First I will use a screwdriver and I will carefully try to separate both halves of the socket. I need to remove the socket carefully without tearing more of the fabric. I guess cutting out the fabric around the socket would have also got the job done. There is no right way or any defined steps you have to follow because this is a bit of a creative job. Each garment and each repair are unique. I successfully separated both parts of the socket so I could remove them by using pliers. Be careful not to cut your fingers on the sharp metal edges. This is the hole that I have to repair and install a new socket over the fixed place. Get prepared for the bad news. The socket can't be reused. You must buy a new one. Here is the set I bought. There are lots of different colored snap enclosures and all the needed tools to install them. I could have bought a small set of snaps only, but I love to be prepared and for some reason I didn't have such enclosures so far. To buy the right size, use a caliper and measure the outer diameter of one of the existing sockets. You may use a ruler, but make sure your measurements are correct. The socket I need is 12 mm in diameter. Now I need to find a matching color one. And this was another reason to buy the bigger set of snaps. At least one of them will match the color or will be close enough to the original one. When you find the right one, you can test if it will snap to the other part of the jacket. If it snaps, you have found the right one and you will be sure that there won't be a need for corrections later. To install the socket, you need to prepare its second part, which is called the cup. You will also need the anvil, the setting tool and the hammer. Before installing the new socket, I have to fix the hole. To do that, I will first unpick some of the side seams to be able to reach the back side of the torn fabric. The side seam is decorative, but I believe both fabric pieces are sewn with another seam, and after unpicking some of it I will be able to reach the hole. Now I'm stretching the fabric to expose the inner seam. Be very careful when unpicking it because you can tear the fabric. Cut 1 to 2 stitches at a time, then pull the fabric apart and the side hole will get bigger. You can watch my second video about this jacket to see how I'm fixing the ripped fabric around the pockets. The link for it will be in the description, or you can simply click on the info card in the upper right corner. I found a fabric piece inside, and since it isn't sewn or glued, I'm not sure where it belongs. I thought that it had been behind the cup of the socket, but the fabric piece is thick and I can't feel such a piece under the rest of the snaps. I decided to throw it away. At first I will hand sew the hole closed. My hand sewing skills are far away from good, so don't worry if you can't make it look good. The most important thing is to close the hole as much as we can without pulling the thread too much to make wrinkles on the fabric. If there is not enough fabric, just make it look like a spider web. This is how I managed to make it. It's not looking pretty at all, but in the end it will look better. The socket has to be installed on a strong fabric, so I will cut a small piece of thin non-stretchy fabric. I only need a small piece. I will pin this piece to the inside, then I will sew back and forth over it to make something like a small patch exactly where the socket will be installed. To make it look as good as I can, I will try to make a symmetrical box over the hole. Sew slowly and be careful that the fabric stays flat and without any wrinkles. I will show you up close in a bit. This is the back side of our patch. I will cut the excess fabric close to the stitches using scissors. Now you can see what the front side looks like. It's not looking very beautiful yet, but at least the fabric is strong and won't tear again. If you spot some small wrinkles, you can take the small mallet and gently hit the spot several times. It will relax the fabric, make the stitches softer and remove the small wrinkles. Don't hit the fabric too hard because you can tear it. Now it should look like this. After I install the new socket, the repair will be hidden behind it. It will look like this. Now let's install the new socket. I will make the final inspection of the inside. If something doesn't look right, now is the time to fix it. Take the punch that comes with the set of snaps and make a hole exactly in the center of the patch we made. Now take the cap and insert it from inside as shown in the video. Your support means a lot, so I would appreciate if you take a minute to like the video and leave me a comment below. Take the socket and put it over the cap. Now insert the anvil directly under the cap. Put the setting tool in the center and hit it hard several times with the mallet. You can see it up close. The anvil is placed directly under the cap. Then the socket goes over the cap. When you hit it, the setting tool will bend the metal part from the cap and it will hold the socket securely. You can see what it looks like now. The socket is installed. You can make a test to see if it will come off before sewing the decorative seam on the side. Don't forget to get the anvil out. Make sure there is no fabric from the small piece sticking out. When you stretch the side of the jacket, both layers will get aligned for the final seam. To get professional results, measure the length of the stitches of the original seam and set the stitch length of your machine accordingly. Start sewing several stitches before the end of the seam and finish the seam several stitches after the end of the hole to secure the existing seam. This is what the fixed jacket looks like. The repair is barely visible on the inside and completely invisible on the outside. Let's do the final test. It will definitely last at least another year. That's all for today. Have a nice day and see you next time.